Hello and welcome to On the Table. We are broadcasting on RTM Click at MyTV's Berita RTM channel 123, which is also live streaming on Facebook. I'm your host, Brendan Nepal. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. It's nice to have you with us. Now, Malaysia assumes ASEAN chairmanship this year with the theme of inclusivity and sustainability. However, when we talk about sustainability, the first thing that comes to mind are green and safe energy source to preserve the environment. Joining me on the table tonight is the CEO of FGV Biotechnologies, Sendirian Berhad, Rozia Tulshima Zamil, to discuss on how to attain greener ASEAN through biodiesel industry. Welcome to the program, Puan.
Thank you for having me, Brendan.
Now, I know you got so many facts and interesting stats as well to share, but allow me to kick off the show first with this one that I have right here. B20 biodiesel, we get to that shortly. In Malaysia, it refers to a type of biodiesel fuel that's blended, contains around 20% palm oil-based biodiesel and 80% petroleum diesel. So this is one of the interesting facts just to roll out and to kick off the show. Now, Puan, you have an interesting fact as well that you literally told me that you really want to share with the viewers who are at home. So what would that be, Puan?
Yes, Brendan. Palm oil has been a very significant and key contributor to Malaysian economy. But I must confess, it has a very long, extensive history.
Right.
If compared to biodiesel, it's relatively new. We are like more or less only 20 years in the market. And in the early days, the concentration is very much on research and lab scale.
Right, right.
Yeah. And in 2006, the government established the National Biodiesel Policy.
Right.
And a year after that, only we see the Biofuel Act being implemented.
Right, right, right.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know about this, yeah.
And well, even though it has been introduced in 2007, only by 2011, we could see that the first blending being implemented.
Right, right.
Yeah. What does it mean by the blending mandate is, at that time it was B5, meaning 5% of biodiesel mixed with 95% of petroleum diesel.
At that point in time, it was just B5, and now we have B20, which is a better version of obviously the B5, right?
We'll go into that
We'll
in
go
a
into
while.
that shortly, yes. But first and foremost, let's talk to all our viewers at home and with you in particular about the role of FGV Holdings Berhad in the Malaysian biodiesel industry. And how does FGV Biodiesel, when you talk about its production, it aligns with the overall palm oil business?
Yes, Brendan. We came in much later from our peers in the industry.
Okay.
And our plant operations is in Kuantan.
Okay.
And even though we are our plant operation in Kuantan, but I must say, with our strong foot in Pahang, we are not only supplying to Pahang, but also in the East Coast region.
Right.
And to be listed under the National Biodiesel Program, it was a very tedious process.
Okay.
And we are the only manufacturing processing facilities in East Coast region.
It's the only?
Yes, the only one.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, right.
So I must say, in terms of market share, we supply like 80% in East Coast. That's Kelantan, Terengganu, and Pahang.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Now, bringing to the table sustainability and also impact. Let's dive into this question right now. How does FGV ensure its biodiesel production, it complies with sustainability standards like, Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil, which is called the RSPO?
Yes. On sustainability standard,
yes,
I must say, maybe you're not aware,
Yeah.
Felda, who owns FGV, is the pioneer of RSPO.
Right.
So we never compromise on sustainability standard.
Okay.
And we are not only RSPO certified, we are also ISCC certified.
Right.
That's more for biofuel sector.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are MSPO certified as well. MSPO stands for Malaysia Sustainable Palm Oil.
Right.
But it is internationally recognized as well.
Okay.
And now we have MSPO 2.0. It's even more stringent than the other sustainability standards.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's just getting better and better every single year and every single time. And as you said, research and developments are being done to safeguard the environment and to care for the planet. I think to a certain extent, when you have the word diesel being made available there, being exposed to us, we tend to think that, okay, it's not environmental friendly. But then again, right now, we're talking about FGV's biodiesel products. So let's talk about the environmental benefit it has as compared to fossil fuels.
Brandon, we are first generation biodiesel processing facilities.
Right.
Which means we run vegetable oil as a feedstock in our plant.
Okay.
And, you know, it's vegetable oil.
Yeah, so it's green.
Yes, it's green. It's straight away green. So it's green, it's non-toxic, it's environmental friendly. And the other benefits would be it can reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, lower carbon footprint, and improve air quality.
So there's nothing much to say here in the sense that it's just a fantastic alternative energy.
Yeah, that's the facts. Yes.
Right. Yes. Okay. Anyways, Puan, we are actually going for a quick break, and when we come back, we have more questions on the biodiesel industry. And to all our viewers at home, stick around to On the Table. We'll be right back just after this short and quick break. Stay tuned.
2025 will be a momentous chapter for ASEAN, rich with significance and promise. Will mark the 10th anniversary of the ASEAN Community founding, a milestone in our collective journey. Malaysia has chosen the theme inclusivity and sustainability. It reflects our aspirations for shared progress, ensuring that no one is left behind. It conveys our hope that the steps we take today will endure in the long run. It underscores our determination to keep the future firmly in sight as we move forward. On behalf of the government and people of Malaysia, I look forward to welcoming you all. Selamat datang ke Malaysia. Thank you.
Welcome back to On the Table. We're talking to the CEO of FGV Technologies, Sdn Bhd, Puan Shima, and with regards to the biodiesel industry here in the country. Now, coming back to the question, Puan, what strategies does FGV employ just to expand its biodiesel market's presence within ASEAN and also, as you mentioned, globally?
Yes, we have put up a line of strategies. Among others are potential joint ventures, locally and internationally.
Right.
And also we plan to increase our production capacity and probably some tolling collaborations targeting key markets like China and maybe India.
Right.
Yes.
So those are the people that those are the countries that in terms of collaborating with is already on the works to introduce biodiesel products to them.
This is work in progress, but as this is a company strategy, I cannot really share on the details.
No worries. Now, coming back to this question here, how has the Malaysian government's B20 biodiesel mandate influenced FGV's operation?
Yes, B20 definitely will boost our market share, but sadly, B20 has been rolled out in February 2020. I still remember the date.
20.
Yes,
right.
February 2020.
Okay.
And by March 2020, do you remember what happened?
Please enlighten me.
It's restriction movement because of COVID.
Right.
So it takes us about 2 years. So somehow it has been postponed.
Okay.
So we are still in B10 automotive since 2019.
Right.
And B7 industrial.
Okay.
Yeah. But otherwise, if this really take off, because we've been waiting, now is like our 6 years.
Right.
That's definitely will help us to move forward. Yeah.
But everything is in accordance to plan, right? Everything is just rolling out slowly because of the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's now slowly taking its pace and slowly been rolling out so that the people can actually enjoy the B20 biodiesel. Now, just to talk to you, to our viewers at home about biodiesel, this B20 biodiesel in Malaysia, once again, as it was mentioned during the beginning of the show, it refers to a type of biodiesel fuel that's blended with 20% of palm oil-based biodiesel, and 80% petroleum diesel. So the B stands for biodiesel.
Yes.
And the number 20 indicates the percentage of biodiesel mix.
It's the blending proportion.
Right. Puan Shima, you mentioned about B20 biodiesel and you kept on giving emphasis on the quality of this particular product. So let me just share with the viewers at home as well. B20 diesel, biodiesel that is, it is used in various sectors such as public transportation. We're talking also about shipping and other diesel-powered applications. Very interesting. Now, the question is, the government is promoting the usage of electric vehicle, EV, currently. You see many EV cars on the road. But will we see biodiesel vehicle in the future? Is it even possible to begin with?
Okay. EVs, they are gaining popularity.
Yeah.
Probably because of
marketing aspects.
Marketing, promotion and awareness.
Yeah.
But we do have a biodiesel vehicle since 2011.
Right.
When B5 kicked off.
Right.
Yeah. Even though probably the B5 is like 5%, but it's already a biodiesel vehicle.
It is already there.
Yes.
Right.
And when I came this morning, I used my own car, B100. It's 100% biodiesel.
Right.
And you know, if you buy a diesel engine car, there's no modification needed.
Okay.
You just use our biodiesel and still it can run smoothly.
Right.
But otherwise, diesel, why people talk about diesel, this is more meant for heavy-duty vehicles like lorries, buses.
Moving away from the traditional using diesel for cars.
Yes, yes, because it's a better option for the environment.
Right.
Yeah.
Biodiesel, talking about B20, which our guest car is powered by B100. Now, there are many challenges perhaps, but before we speak about those challenges that FGV Holding Berhad, have to face on probably even on a daily basis with regards to its implemented strategies to roll out biodiesel products. But we're going to go for a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about these particular challenges. Puan Shima is going to elaborate with us. So stay tuned.
2025 will be a momentous chapter for ASEAN, rich with significance and promise. We'll mark the 10th anniversary of the ASEAN community founding, a milestone in our collective journey. Malaysia has chosen the theme inclusivity and sustainability. It reflects our aspirations for shared progress, ensuring that no one is left behind. It conveys our hope that the steps we take today will endure in the long run. It underscores our determination to keep the future firmly in sight as we move forward. On behalf of the government and people of Malaysia, I look forward to welcoming you all. Selamat datang ke Malaysia. Thank you.
Welcome back to On the Table. We're talking about biodiesel industry here in the country, and there's so many interesting facts that were shared by Puan Shima, the CEO of FGV Technologies Holding Sdn Berhad. B20 diesel is right now the current option that we're actually talking about with regards to alternative energy. Now, coming back to some of the questions I have for you right now, Puan Shima, let's talk about the challenges. The challenges that FGV Holdings Berhad face, in scaling up its biodiesel operations in the country. What would that be?
Yes, I feel like the main challenge, number one challenge, is to remain in business. Because we've been talking about the snail pace of biodiesel industry.
Correct.
As I mentioned, it has been more than 20 years. If we compare to Indonesia, when we started about the same time. They are implementing their B40.
Right.
and we are still stuck at B10,
Right.
except for selected locations.
Okay.
So if I look at the Malaysia biodiesel landscape, the processing facilities capacity is about 2.6 million ton.
Okay.
And as of last year, we could see that the usage is only like 45%.
Okay.
And it has been dropping further because of the diesel subsidy rationalization.
Right.
It impacted us as well.
Right.
And we foresee probably this year, maybe the usage is only 40%. So that's why I said the main challenge is to remain in business.
Right.
Yeah. And
would it be difficult in a sense like to remain in business, especially in the market? I'm sure there are various strategies that will be implemented by FGV as well. All right, Puan Shima, let's talk about the challenges. Challenges faced by FGV Holdings Berhad. There are many challenges out there. It does not matter which sector that you belong to. Now, that can actually pose a threat to compromise your vision, mission and objective, to roll out the strategies and to make sure that a particular organization remains relevant in the market. But what about the challenges faced by FGV Holdings Berhad in scaling up its biodiesel operations?
yes, the main challenge would be to make money and stay in operations.
Stay in operations, yeah.
Yes. That's, if I look at our national processing facilities for biodiesel, we can process up to 2.6 million metric ton a year.
Okay.
And last year, it's not even 50%. So that shows that the enforcement of B20 will help not only FGV, but also the other 60 manufacturers in the industry to be alive.
Right, right.
And not only that, we have some regulatory changes.
Okay.
Like last year, the rationalization of the subsidy of diesel.
Yes.
It really impacted us.
Okay.
And we could see that our sales dropped easily, probably 30%.
Right.
Because of this move.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, because of this diesel rationalization, perhaps, and you've actually mentioned that perhaps people out there, they feel it's a little bit expensive to purchase vehicle, or probably even perhaps they might want to purchase this diesel-powered vehicle. But there's a slight change of mind right there because of how much money they need to spend to purchase diesel. Now, coming back to your diesel by FGV Berhad.
Biodiesel.
Biodiesel, exactly. That's the mistake right there, biodiesel. Can you talk to us more on why it's important, and what would you actually tell to our viewers out there that your biodiesel is a better option in that sense, and why is it still relevant in today's world?
Brendan, I mentioned to you, it's a green fuel. It's environmental friendly. We need to save the planet.
Right.
Climate change is real.
Right.
Yeah. And
you shouldn't put a price tag to it. Yeah.
Yeah. Remember last time when organic food was introduced?
Yes.
People are reluctant to buy.
Yeah.
But eventually, if you have the level of awareness, they don't mind. As you said, they don't look at the price tag.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic way to put it, isn't it? But anyways, but yes, let's move on to this one. FGV's plan.
Yes.
How is it going to meet the increasing demand for biodiesel in the domestic and probably even the international markets? Because you mentioned the plans to collaborate with countries like India and maybe perhaps even Indonesia, you just mentioned earlier. And how is it going to meet the increasing demand for this product of biodiesel?
Yes. First of all, I think the government support is very important. So we've been waiting for B20. We were made to understand the diesel storage terminal. This is where they do the blending.
Right.
It's not ready.
Okay.
So I look at the budget for this year. It's not there.
Okay.
Probably something can be done, not only just waiting for the government, but probably our customers.
Right.
i.e. the petroleum companies can advance the fund, and maybe they can get some sort like tax exemption, etc., to help us to speed up this process.
To speed up this process.
Yes, yes.
So that definitely there's no issue here on its increasing demand because of that particular support that you might probably get, the company might probably get from the government. It's all about ASEAN 2025, and today's show On the Table is we are talking about one of the pillars of ASEAN, which is sustainability. Now, Puan Shima, before we wrap things up, let's talk about the B20 biodiesel. What would you share with our viewers who are watching at home in terms of like probably even considering purchasing B20 biodiesel as compared to those traditional diesel, where we have in mind that it harms the environment, that it's expensive, and when talk about carbon emission, it compromises the goodness altogether. Now, Puan Shima, what would you say to our viewers who are watching at home?
Yes, biodiesel is definitely the way to move forward. It is good for the environment, for human well-being, and definitely sustainable. So I do not see why we cannot consume biodiesel.
If someone were to say, maybe because diesel is expensive, Puan Shima, what would you tell them? Do not put a price tag on it. That's what you would say.
Yes.
And simply because as much as it's expensive, I think what's more important is that we safeguard the environment. And that is the most important thing here that we're talking about. Yeah. All right. Puan Shima, thank you so much for talking to us and for actually telling us what biodiesel is all about and what FGV Holdings Berhad has got plans with regards to rolling this out in terms of safeguarding the environment and, most importantly, one of the pillars of ASEAN, which is sustainability. Unfortunately, that's all the time we've got for this particular episode of On the Table this evening. We've been talking to Rozia Shima Zamil, the Chief Executive Officer of FGV Biotechnologies Sdn Berhad. Now, a repeat of these episodes, you can definitely catch it because it will be broadcast again and it can be viewed at the same time tomorrow and subsequent days on both RTM Click and MyTV's Berita RTM channel, as well as Berita RTM on YouTube. Yes, we have a channel right there as well. Till next Thursday, where we'll discuss another topic of interest. I am Brenda Lepal, signing off. Take care.